even myself, until last night, I've been reluctant about connecting to YouTube accounts with the Google Plus accounts, even though you get a YouTube account automatically when you go Google Plus. Well, I think I found the reason. And it's the exact same reason why people like me don't montage when they ask us to. Now, I don't know if maybe it was a delay on their part or what was going on. But it seems that a certain uploading site, which I just mentioned, does want you to connect so you can probably get more views. And no one can blame them for that. No one can blame them for saying, hey, you want more views, you want more comments, do this. And nobody really minds it. But there's a catch. Oh, is there a catch? You see, a lot of people want to comment on videos, and yet they can't comment on videos until they connect their account, the YT account with Google+. And there's a reason though. There's a catch. There's a secret as to why they do this. And I'm not saying they're the only ones. I'm sure Dailymotion, Blimp TV, Vimeo, Metacafe, whoever, I'm sure they have similar practices and catches with them as well. But you see, last night, as pretty much a lot of you probably know by now, for those that follow and are friends and subscribers to Sean McLean, aka Zara Nizarak, the only way you could join in on a conversation there now, or even at geek.com, at geektv.com, but mostly at YouTube, the only way you could join in is by connecting your YouTube account with your Google account. Yeah. Your YouTube account and your Google account have to be connected. Yeah, your URL, website, if you will, or your URL link, to your YT channel, it'll still say your YouTube, your YT name. Like mine's BW Roses, it'll still say it. But in the upper left-hand corner, or right-hand corner, if you will, of your computer, it'll be your Google Plus name. Now, true, you could change it to where it could sort of match up to what your YouTube name is. But again, there's a catch. The catch is they want to do this so they can find the copyrighted stuff that they need to find to limit you back down to 15 minutes. It's almost like the only way you're going to have unlimited unloading times. Be able to upload unlimited long videos. The only way you're going to be able to do that is that, yes, you can have copyrighted stuff as long as it says these things. As long as it says these things highlighted in blue. Match third-party content and video blocked in some countries. That's it. It can only say match third-party content and have that yellow or have that orange triangle sign and say video blocked in some countries. Now, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's been dealing with this. I'm sure a lot of people have been wondering, why am I losing my uploading time? Why am I reduced to 15 minutes? Here's why. Because when you connect, it gives them more access, apparently, to find more copyrighted claims to certain videos or fan vids, in my case, that you make or create, and you basically cannot get your unlimited time limit back for your unlimited videos. Like, let's say Jeff Siegel of the Off the Rope Show at OTR Central YouTube page or Schleg Daddy TV YouTube page. Let's say he likes to upload videos at times that go around 30 minutes when he has a lot to say. Well, let's say one day he goes around and he sees that he's down to 15 minutes and he has this big long video he wants to talk about, let's say on one of his channels, on one of the channels. Let's say he's got a big long video he wants to talk about. Let's say tonight he wants to review, after it's done and over and done with, he wants to review Elimination Chamber. He wants to review that pay-per-view. And he's going to have a lot to say. Maybe he's planning for it to be a 20, 30-minute video. Or even a 16-minute video, 17-minute video, whatever. What do you think his reaction will be if he suddenly goes to it, tries to go to upload this, and it says, your increased time limit's not allowed on this account. And he wonders why. And he goes to check on his copyright notices, and he sees certain videos that he had done with the red, with the highlighted video blocked worldwide, and video blocked, and it ends up saying on one of his videos, video blocked worldwide, and it's got the red version of that yellow icon. That little triangle, orange icon that says video blocked in some countries. What happens if he sees one that says video blocked worldwide and it's the red icon, the red triangle icon? Get what I'm saying? He would have to take that video down just to get his increased time limit back. He would have to take it down to get back in good standings. Now, I'm sure, now experiencing this myself, I come to understand what Joe Vargas is talking about. I do. But I do stick by what I said before. A lot of these places, a lot of these studios and record labels and whatever, they have a right to claim what they're claiming because basically you are using the material in your video, if not intentionally or by unintentionally. Yeah, it's like if you're intending to use it, they got a right to claim some rights to it. If you unintentionally use it, still, they're going to have some rights to claim to it, whether we like it or not. And we can fight it all we want, and sometimes some of us will win these fights, some of us won't win these fights. But the point I'm making is this. I do understand where he's coming from, because as much as I love being on YouTube, and I have this channel and 2 other channels, one that I did get created because of myself because I became part of Google+, which is one of my Google+ accounts. Because of this, because I connected my main YouTube account to it finally, I had to get rid of some vids. Some of my Sonic and Sally fan vids I had to get rid of. And why? And why? Because it's blocked worldwide. That is, again, this is why I don't monetize my channel, even if it's going to give me some extra cash in my pocket. Because of stuff like this. This is BS to the 9th degree. And it doesn't matter if it's YouTube, Dailymotion, Blimp, Vimeo, Metacafe. It does not matter. The YT needs to wake up. The DM, Blimp, Vimeo, Metacafe, they need to wake up and say, and listen to themselves. They need to realize, hey, we made these video uploading sites for these people, for the users. We should let them upload what they want to upload, even if they unintentionally are using music or whatever in the background. Now, I don't know if maybe this is also due to the fact that yesterday or the other day I noticed that YouTube, obviously this past week, has really changed up a lot of the layout. Yeah, the layout has changed, in case you haven't noticed. Basically now, you, the user, have to go to your channel to get to your channel, go to Video Manager just to see your uploaded videos and see if you got any copyright notices, any video blocks in some countries, any matched third-party contents, any video block worldwide stuff. And that's also the only way you can go down to Community, click on that, and look at the comments. That's the only way. Yeah. You can't go to your icon anymore. I mean, you can go to your icon in the upper right-hand corner, but it'll take you to my channel. it doesn't let you go like it used to. It doesn't go right to Video Manager. You got to go to My Channel and go straight to Video Manager. And that's not all. They've had a lot of other things changed. I'm sure you've noticed it. Now again, I'm not saying whether or not that was one of the reasons. You know, for the fact that some of my videos were blocked worldwide, the fact that they found more. But this is basically, but again, getting back to my point, I understand where Joe Vargas is coming from when he talks about that the copyright notices on him are BS. I mean, I understand this country is recovering from a financial crisis that we were in. Are recovering from a government shutdown that we were in. I understand that, but it doesn't mean you take money out of people's hands. It doesn't mean you take the food out of their mouth because they use the money to buy that food. You don't do that. You say to yourself, okay, this guy does this for a living. You know what? Fine, we'll let him go. You know, these record labels and all that, they make tons of money. Nothing's going to bother them. All it is, they just want more and more and more. You see, everybody knows that the RIAA and the MPAA, their ultimate goal, whether people want to believe it or not, is to control sites like YouTube, is to control sites like Dailymotion, Vimeo, Metacafe. That's the goal. They want to control these sites that they can say, oh, you can't upload on this unless it's just you. In other words, you got to do what I'm doing. You got to practically just stand in front of the camera and talk about whatever you want to talk about, and that's it. You can't have no music. You can't have no anything like. You can't have anything. I mean, let's take a look at Alpha Omega Sid. Here's a guy that sometimes uses pictures, if not video, of what he does to help visualize what he's talking about. And same with Black Nerd, Andre, the Black Nerd, Black Nerd Comedy. He does the same thing. And yet, they could end up in the same situation. Because again, the RIAA and the MPAA's ultimate goal is to control these sites. So that it's like, hey, you want to be on the site? Then you have to agree to only upload videos where you are just talking and that's it. I mean, true, that's what YouTube was built on, but hello, look what it's grown to even before and after Google's acquisition of it. Look what it's grown to. I mean, heck, the YouTube founder is sick and tired of Google and whoever else forcing Google or whoever's trying to force Google to make these alternate changes. Look at the founders getting sick and tired of it. It's almost like the founders saying, you know what, if I had the money, I'd buy back YouTube and make it about the people again. But right now we're stuck with YouTube as it is. And don't get me wrong. YouTube is great no matter what people want to say. It is a great website. It gives you a lot more leverage than you think. The only problem they're dealing with is the fact that you got these corporate jack-offs, if you will, excuse my language of some sorts, riding their coattails, breathing down their necks just to get them to either have videos, have content matched by third party, have videos blocked in certain countries, or just blocked worldwide because they don't want people seeing it. And a lot of people use content, audio and video-wise, for their channel. Either it's because it's a channel that they make a living by, or they just want to talk about something and they need something visually, or audio-wise to demonstrate their point, or help them demonstrate what they're talking about. And yet, YouTube is in a situation right now where YouTube and Google are in a situation right now where they have these corporate jack-offs breathing down the throat, riding their ass, excuse my language, Lord, on your day, I apologize, but riding the butts, if you will, because they want money. And they don't care if people like me, Joe Vargas, Jeff Shigo, Alpha Omega Sin, Andre Black Nerd, Lynn Cara, if he has a channel, James Wolfe and Mike Mattel, Cinemassacre, Doug Walker, if he has a channel, Channel Awesome and the League of Super Critics, it doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter. I mean, this is the goal, in my opinion, is they want to control YouTube to the point that they're like, okay, you can keep your users, but they only got to be standing in front of a camera and talking. They can't say anything else. I mean, come on. Imagine Doug Walker doing his nostalgia critic persona. And imagine him doing a review like, hi, I'm the nostalgia critic, and welcome to a new format where I just talk about the movie because I can't use any visuals, any visual pictures or video or anything like that because the League of Super Critics YouTube channel might be blocked. Imagine that happening. Thank God it hasn't. But imagine that being the case. Imagine chick doing, Lindsay Ellis, the nostalgic chick, doing the same thing, where she's just standing there talking about it. It's like, what's the point of doing a review if you have nothing visually or audio-wise to help you out? It doesn't make sense. But again, that's the situation right now with Google Plus and YouTube. That is why Google Plus is encouraging people, believe it or not, to connect their accounts together. It's not by, I mean, you do have a choice. The catch, though, is you won't be able to comment or join a chat on Google Hangouts. You won't be able to do any of that unless you change it, unless you connect both accounts. And then by connecting both accounts, you either still will keep your unlimited your unlimited time for your video uploadings, or you're going to get reduced back to 15 minutes, all because of the fact that YouTube and Google have these corporate bullies riding the coattails and breathing down the neck because they don't want certain material out there, certain copyright material out there. Well, here's what I do if I'm YouTube. And I'm Google Plus. And I'm Google and YouTube. Here's what I do, folks. Here's what I do. If I'm YouTube and I'm Google, I put a list up saying, these are the companies that will have, these are basically the record labels or whatever, the music labels and movie labels, the companies, these are basically the companies that will have any materials. I mean, I would basically put a list out, like a link to a list of the movie companies and music companies that will have your videos blocked and potentially have your channel blocked if any of their material is used. And then I would also have a link to the movie companies and music companies that would allow you to use the videos, like clips from movies or shows or music, audio, pieces of music or whatever from whatever artists and record labels they have. Just separate them two. Make one that, put a link out for, this is a list of music and video you can't use from certain, like this is the list of companies, music and movies companies, so, materials that you can't use, and here's a list of which ones you can, even though they'll give you third-party content or video blocked in some countries deal. Do something like that, and it'll make it easier for folks. So that way they won't go like, okay, and then, then let them click on the link. Let's say Atlantic Records. Okay, click on that. Okay, oh, these are artists. Okay, I can't. Let's say you put Atlantic Records there. Atlantic Records on the list of, labels of music you can't use. Okay, let's see what's on it. And then let's see, you see this person or that artist's name, you'll be like, okay, fine, I won't use it. The point is, folks, YouTube overall is still a great site, no doubt about it. Whether you love the changes or hate the changes they've done, whether you love or hate the fact that they got to deal with all this crap of content and all that, they're still a great site. And if my suggestion to them is this: put a list out of the certain movie and music labels out there and distributors that do not allow and do allow the music or video clips to be used. One for do nots and one for do's. That's all I suggest. But again, I do understand where Joe Vargas is coming from now. Even though I hate to say it, these companies do have a right. And that's all I'm going to say. Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. And I'm out. God bless. Take care.